So, I really need to I really need to admit that it's really really hard for me to make myself fall asleep. I just keep exploring the the internet and I cannot stop. What the hell is wrong with me? I have no idea. I just cannot sleep. And no, don't say it's because of me putting turning this light on. I'm only turning this on because I'm recording this. I usually turn it off. So it's not about the light. So what the hell is happening? Maybe it is a snowballing effect where because I previously have tried I previously have messed up my sleeping schedule. So this is the result. It's totally it's totally it's totally your fault. It's your fault. All right? I really have no idea what to do anymore. I think it does come into my mind that I might be just, and I hate to admit it, but I might be just really, really, really lonely. But then again, just recently, I have a friend and we're pretty close, and I don't really like it. I don't really like having someone with me constantly. It's just annoying. The differences in our personalities and the differences in our opinions, we're just constantly clashing. And even if I try to make peace with them, they're gonna find something to complain about me. And then, even when I don't engage with them with this, they're gonna try to find something in some place else where they don't like about what I say, even if it's just on social media when it's not even about them. Alright, I didn't even say anything about them, and they complain to me that I should say it directly to their face. What? And yes, now I'm talking about you, but because not, we're already not friends, it's just, it's just fucking annoying, alright? It's fucking. Don't do that, please. I'm trying to. I know. I'm sorry for saying all those harsh things to you, but they're all because I have been. I was frustrated with you. Like, really, really frustrated. Alright? And I'm now talking nonsensical. But I'm really. I think I'm really, 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 really bored. Ha ha ha. I'm really fucking bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. Ah, ah, irti meditabitur sapientiam et lingua eius loquetur indicium beatus vir qui suffer temptationem quonicum cum probates querias piet coronam vitae Kyrie fons bons statirie ignis divne leison. O quam sancta, quam serena, quam benigna, quam amoena esse figo credicium beatus vir qui suffer temptationem quonicum cum probates querias piet coronam vitae Kyrie. Boring. I heard somewhere that only boring people feel bored. Could really be some truth to that. Am I really boring? Am I boring? Huh? Am I boring? Maybe. I do think my life is kind of boring, but maybe I should try Tinder and shag people. I'm sure there are many will be ready. Well, the last time I used Tinder, at least I know there are many who would be willing to be shocked by me. So I guess that would be no problem. But the thing is, I'm really, really afraid. I'm really, really afraid about doing this kind of thing. I'm afraid of STDs, etc. I know there are a safe way to do it, but I still cannot be. I still can't feel very cautious with it. I don't know why. It's just hard. Yes, I admit I'm afraid to do it. I really can only do it with people that I already know I'm close to, and we already in a relationship. I'm afraid to do it with strangers. I don't want to sound arrogant. I don't really want to sound arrogant, but I do think that many people are really, really fucking dumb. Well, I guess that does sound arrogant, but whatever. Alright, that's a bad thing. I will try not to do it. I will try not to be arrogant, okay? Alright, I'll try to smile. Mm, yeah, it's all good. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll try to be more friendly for you. Yeah, I can do that. If you really need me to be friendly, I can do that for you. I can give you strength. I can uplift you. Is that what you really want? Alright, I can do it for you. I'll help you to achieve your dreams. Is that what you want? Oh my god. Look, I can move my ears. Can you move your ears? Yeah, 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 yeah. So funny. Don't be creepy. Right, don't be creepy. Alright. How to not be creepy? How? 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 Just want to cry. Don't do that. That's disgusting. Okay. I have no idea how I went from this person who was really expressionless, who was always like this, even when I had tried to go to this, I don't know what you call it in English, this extreme, like, electronic plaything that swings you in the air or on the this what do you call it in English, this kind of this thing where you put your your ass on where you put your ass on this kind of where you sit on this thing that you I don't know. I just I just don't know. All right, I don't know. I know what you people call it in English. So I went from that expressionless guys where people were already screaming in this excitement and fear, and I really have no expression. Just I kind of enjoyed it, but I didn't show any expression at all. But then I went from that to this. I think with the help of a friend. Well, he's an extrovert. Yes, I was adopted by an extrovert. Why am I self disclosing? It doesn't really matter to you guys. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter to anyone else. I'm not sleepy. You're not sleepy. You're really not sleepy. I don't know what the hell to do with you if you cannot sleep. What the hell do people do when they cannot sleep? Do they exercise? Should I exercise? Well, this is not exactly an exercise, you moron. What is this? That's that's beauty princess walking. That's not really exercising. Now you're acting like a bitch. Like a sweet bitch. Get your ass moving, you asshole. You weak. Do it. Just do it. I'm fucking tired of everything. I could just stab them in the stomach, in their teeth, in the male teeth, not the woman teeth. I'm not a misogynist, so don't worry. Alright, I'll stab male's chest, not even not even transgender men, just cis men, even though they don't identify as cis men, but we'll call them cis. Whatever we want, we'll do whatever we want. Alright, we will stab them in their nips, then we will stab their throat, and then we will choke them, choke them until they are gasping for air. Then we'll, you know what I'm gonna say, but I'm not gonna say it. Oh my god, you're being really creepy. Stop doing that. People are gonna think you're weird, you weirdo. Well, whatever. I don't care. I don't care. Admit it. Sometimes you also think about it. Am I wrong? Am I correct? No, I don't think I'm correct. I just want it to be correct. Does it make sense that someone like me exists? This crazy, crazy person. Am I crazy? Nah, I'm not crazy. I'm totally aware. No, but sometimes I do feel like there are there are there are two persons inside of you. Do you know this this guy in anime Naruto Shippuden? There is this guy that Sasuke recruits as his team, as his teammate. This guy is this guy has this urge to kill people, but then he also have this another personality that really doesn't want to kill people, and he this other personality, this personality number two, even really loves animals, and animals can talk with him. So sometimes I feel like this guy. Right, and I forgot his name. How could I forgot his name? I'm really sorry for you, a fictional character. But sometimes I do feel like him. And yeah, the urge is almost blah blah blah. But I cannot say that. It's really creepy. Don't do that. Don't do that. So yeah, there's this personality number one inside of me that wants to learn about Buddhism and wants to meditate and practice compassion for all beings, that is vegan. And then there's this personality number two that is very hateful and just want to give people what they deserve. I never I never really target I never target people who are innocent or weak inside of my mind. But I don't know, I have this strange obsession with people who are strong, with people who are above me basically. And I want to, not if they are good people, but if they're like these people who are abusing their powers, I would feel this, you can almost say that it's a perverted urge to do things to them. And I think it's something that will only stay in my fantasy because I don't want to, because I'm not gonna offend the legal system. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna break the law because I think that is cheating. I think I think in this life we all have our desires, but the challenge is to play within the rules, to not break the rules, but are able to kind of individuate yourself and manifest yourself within the boundaries. Alright, I do feel that's the proper way. If you're breaking the rules, then you're out of the game. You're not winning. You're not doing the game. So there's no winning if you're not doing the game. Alright? That's really important to stay within the boundaries. Not even only legal boundaries, but also moral boundaries. So that's the big challenge. The big challenge is do to to authenticize yourself within the game. So that I think that's really important within within these rules that we all agree to. So don't make don't push your own rules onto other people. If you have your own rules for yourself, that's okay, but not for other people. That's cheating. I really I really don't like cheating. I mean, I won't judge you, at least not in your face. And I'm not even gonna talk about your cheating to other people, but I'm gonna judge you here. Alright. I think that's not a good thing. And you should not do it. You shouldn't be. I'm confused. Why are you proud doing that? It's not something to be proud of. Alright? Everyone can do that. Everyone can cheat. So what the hell are you bragging about? That's the problem. Why? Why? I can't sleep. Should I go to a mental hospital? Should I go to the mental hospital? Yeah, you should go to a mental hospital. Uh, Let me try to imitate all this. If you don't know this, you should check it out. To check this cognitive typology, just click, just type cognitive typology on Google and then search. They have this inventory of people's um, body language, you can say that, but it's more of this second by second observation of the way people talk. So I am gonna try to imitate all of those. So for the first one is hmm PE. PE is, they call it the explorer temperament. They don't call it temperament, but basically it's a temperament. All right, the explorer temperament. There are four types of explorer temperaments, which is which is put into different types, into different quadrants. You just basically need to learn it. So I'm just gonna imitate it. All right. So PE energy is, they're they're always swinging their head like this, and then they're just fidgety. They keep swinging their body around like this, and then their eyes are looking everywhere, and they have sense of humor, even though maybe they are not funny, but they always feel like everything is funny. So they are like that. Mm. Yeah, dude. And they always move horizontally like this. Okay, that's P. Now JE. For JE, they are this articulator, articulator type. So they're gonna have, their body is gonna be rigid, and they're gonna be projecting their hands like this. And when they're talking, they're serious. Their eyes are looking at something. Their hands are projected into something that is exact. And then we move to the PI type. They call this temperament the worldview. So the worldview, they are basically like Senex, and these people, they usually look diagonally, and their gaze are fixed while they're talking, and they have this lethargic energy. When they speak, they just look at one thing. They're placed in this very lethargic and very grandparental energy. They're like this. Alright. They have a fixed gaze and cognitive typology doesn't really say this, but I think most of them have this kind of whispery voice, this soft voice, and even the owner, Auburn, has it, and I think he has a lot of SI. I don't know how he still doesn't see it. And for JI, the last temperament is called the compass type. These people are analytical, and they usually talk like this. Their body is the body is rigid, and their hands are usually are in their ways. When they're talking, their movement is receding. They look kinda they look kinda shy. Their eyes are moving down. Their eyes are disengaged, and they are thinking about all the ways of doing things inside of their mind. So that's the four temperaments. Then we move to the cognitive functions. So all of these temperaments have two variations each. So for articulator type, for example, there are FE and TE. FE is a handling type, and they have this very this parabolic momentum, which is warm, and they're gesticulating warmly with other people, like they're this very uplifting to other people, and they are like coaches, they're your mentors, and they're gonna try to help you on how to win this life. They're, I'm gonna educate you, I'm gonna teach you how to be more social, I'm gonna teach you how to improve yourself, I'm gonna teach you, and you're definitely gonna win in life if you do these four things. All right, if you do these four things, I guarantee you're gonna keep winning in this life. So you cannot you cannot give bad you cannot put bad intentions to people. People just don't like this. So if you look at this example, this girl, they're just funny. Oh yeah, and I forgot one one example. This person that I just admire. Just do it. Just do it, people. That Shia LaBeouf. I think he's also an FE type. Alright, moving to the next variation of articulator, we have TE. These TE people, they're like physicists, and they usually talk. They're not only physicists; they're also politicians who wants power. You gotta you gotta follow what I think. And this is how we should live. This is what is right. This is definitely how you should do things. And this there's not gonna be anything that you think is possible. And I cannot I cannot do that. I don't know how. I don't know how they talk that fast. I just can't. I can't mimic them. Alright, then let's move. Wait. Let me try again. Okay, rules are rules are important, and you gotta follow all of them. And this is there's not gonna be any time that is really perfect for you because facts are not your facts don't care about your feelings. You know, facts don't care about your feelings. Yeah. I just don't know. Oh my god. City, how can you give people this type and ironically Auburn, are you really not being sarcastic with your typing? Because I feel like is everyone else is realizing this. I don't know how you can just pretend that it's all going well. Alright. But let's move to the next variation. Next type. So the next type is the variation of explorer temperament. So we have SE and NE. SE are this, they have this pointed pointed toggling of eyes and parallel head eye movement. So I'm gonna look around and I'm really fidgeting and I'm just scratching my body here. Yeah, I don't really feel comfortable in this environment. I know. I, am I imitating them correctly? I don't know. So yeah, they have that kind of movement that is very momentum seeking. Then they look where their head is moving. Their eyes follow their head direction. Then they're just very attuned to their body, so they're gonna be scratching, even if they're I don't know if they're female, maybe they're just scratching their tits. I don't know. So next one is we have the NE, the dreamer. The next variation of PE. There are people sleeping. So the next variation of FE and of the explorer type, explorer temperament, I'm sorry, is NE, the dreamer, the naive dreamer. So they are gonna be la 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 ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, I'm really sure I like this, but why does Medusa have all of those hairs? So their eyes are not moving in the same way their head does. So their eyes lead first, and then their head follows, basically. And they have this naive eyes that just looks the best in the world. So if S is eyes are like this, they have also this eyebrow movements, that is. Snap, 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 snap. And then you have Annie, who is very this childlike. They're they're really playful, and their body is swaying, and their eyes are playing around, but they're not really saying anything. They're saying something in their mind that is beautiful. All right. They're maybe seeing angels, they're seeing gods, or they're seeing heavens. I don't know. But they're just playing with their eyes inside. Okay. So those are the two types of this PE or explorer temperaments. Next one is alright, the compass type. Compass temperament has two variations, which is TI and FI. TI are these people that Auburn says are monk-like. Okay, and this confuses me. This confuses me. This confuses me. I used to be called. I used to be nicknamed the Mad Monk by my friends, right? But I was typed by Auburn as FI. Probably because I said something about my sexual orientation, and also that I used to experiment with veganism. Right. But for according to Auburn, TI is always have this neutral look in their thinking. So there's no tension in their cheeks, and they're neutralizing. Just imagine that you are thinking inside of your mind, but not with your mouth, but with your vision, perhaps, or with your body. So that's probably what is happening in the head of a TI lead. And Auburnis also says that they have this fairy angel voice, but it's whispery, but not breathy, because breathy is fairy like, but this is a monk. This is supposed to be cool. All right, monk. So they are kind of like meditators, and their eyes are disengaged. When their eyes are disengaged, their face neutralizes. And this shows that they're not affected by their own emotions. They try to be selfless. They are these very good people. So they are very good. I know I'm being sarcastic a little bit, but only because he thinks that it is not an universal trait that people are trying to possess. He thinks that this is a trait that only TI cares about. So they are also So they're very impersonal, according to Auburn. They have these rational definitions of everything. They're not affected by their own feelings. They're able to perceive the truth, the real truth, not personal truth. It is impersonal truth. And Fi, on the opposite, always always sees things through their own lenses. So they have this very thought chicks because they are always activating their emotions because they're very personal. They're shy, like fairies, and they're vulnerable. They have this sad look. Also, this chick is pulling up, but also pulling down. So it's like this. And they breathe like a sick person. They're very vulnerable. Like Hinata. Naruto-kun. So they're basically very cute. They're fairies. Even if they're even if they're male, they're still very very feminine. Like that. Alright. They're very feminine. In opposition to, I don't know, Fe or Ti. But probably Fe because Auburn admittedly say that both Ji, Fi and Ti both are archetypal yin, while both Je types are archetypal yang. So it's very weird to me that Fi would be feminine. If he also said that Fi lead tends to explore their sexualities, so also Fi can also be diagnosed as LGBTQIA plus plus whatever. So which means lesbians are also included, and transsexual men are also Fi, which means lesbians and transsexual men are feminine according to City. But they actually have this list of celebrities that are lesbians as Ti dominant. TISE because TINE alpha types be cannot be LGBT. It's wrong. Alright. It's wrong. I just don't believe that thing. I think he's just diagnosing something else. It's not really identifying types. He's diagnosing disorders and or sexualities. But it doesn't mean that these phenomena don't exist. They definitely exist, but they're not what they are. supposed to be, as Auburn believes. On the other side, Auburn has this theory about the emotionalities, which I think it holds more water because it has this it has this connection to libido, where Jung said that extroversion is this movements of libido that started from the object, then goes to the subject, and the subject goes back to the object. So what kind of movement is this? It's a movement of pursuit. It's the movement of pursuit. So with the movement of pursuit, what else can you describe this as? You can describe this as these movements of enthusiasm. It's the positive emotionality in the big five. So because they're pursuing a reward, whether the reward is truly achieved or not is of later concern, because there's also short-term reward and long-term reward, right? While the introversion is supposed to be this, according to Jung, introversion is this movement that started from the subject, then out to the object, and then goes back to the subject. So, according to you, what is what can you call this movement? What else can you call this movement? You can also say it as aversion. Aversion is basically what happens when there is this negative emotionality, which is fear or disgust. Alright? Fear compels you to avoid, disgust compels you to expel out. So that is introversion. And I think this is very related to emotionality, not this very colorful variations of emotions in a spectrum, but this more balanced two kinds of basic libidos. So according to Freud, we have these two basic impulses. For one is for sex, the second is for violence, basically eros or love, and and thanatos or death. These two basic impulses, these two basic libidos. And if you also see, there's also this theoro- the- theoretical construct in neuroscience that has been discovered for a long time, that that these two are basically the very fundamental mechanism of the brain and also emotions, according to this evolutionary psychologist, psychiatrist that I forgot name. Not only him, but there's also this another. There's also this another guy. I don't really remember scientists' names, but these theories exist, and I do think this is the reality of extroversion and introversion. And what Auburn has found do exist in regard to the cognitive functions, which I don't really think are cognitive functions. I think they are the level of personality health, and they also have this another theorem about emotionality, and I think that is better ascribed to libido, in my honest opinion. But let's see, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I do think that is the case if we're going according to Jung and according to the modern definition of extroversion in Big Five. But let's continue on the last one. The last temperament is PI. So there are two variations of PI, which is SI and NI. SI, they are these people are fixed, but they have this kind of scowling that is concerned but not intense. The scowling is concerned, but sometimes they also look confused, but mainly concerned, like this. So that also gives the naive look in their eyes, and their gaze is really fixed. They're like your grandparents. They're really concerned about you. One of the people that are like this are also Tom Cruise. They also have this tendency to be traditional, not traditional, but they refer to tradition in whatever sense, even if it's a cult, as long as it has some kind of tradition, they adhere to it. Alright. Another, the other type, NI, they're supposed to be prophet like. So their eyelids are lowered. There is no naive look. Their eyelids are lowered. Like they're not looking at anything. They're just talking. Like they're giving advice to you. And sometimes they scowl really intensely. This is not something that you should be doing. Or they can be like Eckhart Tolle. The present moment is really funny. You should be present. You should be present. You should be present. The present moment is all we have, and when we go to we look at our thoughts. We don't really know what they are. We feel like we're trapped inside of this inside of this world, inside of this worldview, and because we are not really present with the current reality. So, the best that I can provide to you is be present. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to mock you, Eckhart Tolle, and I do believe that it's really important to be present. I'm just trying to mimic you, maybe unsuccessfully. I'm really sorry. I really like you, Eckhart Tolle. All right, that's basically all the cognitive functions. I have I have said my disagreements with the city. They're just my opinions. Maybe I'm wrong, but I do believe that they're valid. You're still gonna find this phenomenon that city is describing, but they're not properly explained. The explanations actually are not suitable, and especially with FE. We have this description of FE as as being focused on health, on self improvement, which means that FI doesn't focus on that, which means FI tends to be disordered. All right. They also FI also explores all of these things that are bad for humans. They're kind of un they're kind of immoral in this definition. I also sense this kind of superiority from Auburn, to be honest, which ironically Auburn describes TE as showing this kind of contempt for people. But I feel like Auburn constantly describes FE like he puts it on a pedestal, which I think is normal, because the traits that are associated with FE are objectively good, which is why I think this is problematic, which is why I think FE is not really a type. I think FE is the ideal that everyone is striving for. And if it exists, I don't think it should be ascribed to types. Everybody should follow it, because it's true. It's what is good. So yeah, I think I'm starting to get sleepy. I don't think I am gonna sleep yet, though. I'm not sure what should be done about this. Oh yeah, and also Auburn has this obsession with linking between FI and autism, which I find really strange because he has this person. There was this girl that were that was type TI in in the old forum of City, and she described herself as having mild autism. And also there is this Elon Musk. Elon Musk was typed as TISE, and he actually has described himself as having Asperger's. So I don't think he's really being objective here. I don't know why. Maybe just my maybe it's just my feeling, but it feels like he is targeting FI for some reason. I don't want to I don't want to say bad things, to ascribe bad faith to Auburn, but what the hell is happening there? I'm not sure. There's some confusion there for real. I don't really I don't mean bad things to Auburn. Really no. This is also my obsession to know what is happening with this world of human minds, and I really want to know. NCT is a system that I've been admiring since the beginning, but I'm just confused about this, and I feel like a broken compass if I cannot reconcile between these two ideas that are conflicting in my mind. And I think for a compass type, it is a very frustrating situation to not have these conflicting ideas resolved in your mind. It is really frustrating. But I have learned that it's not really his responsibility to fix my brain. It's my responsibility. So I'm not blaming him for that. I'm just saying that these are my confusions regarding it. So that's all. I don't want to end this video, but I've already talked for more than an hour. So, yes, bye and see you again next time.